Hey and welcome. My name is Kaye from soul2soulwellness.com.au, and today I have the beautiful Jeslin joining me today for a chat around her spiritual journey, and hopefully her little nuggets of wisdom are going to inspire you to continue on your own journey and just follow your intuition and follow your heart. Jeslin, welcome. Thank you for jumping on today. And I'm always transparent, and I'm going to say we hit record, it wasn't working, so we're starting again.
Hi, Kate. Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Now, I wanted to let you know before we start that I absolutely love your name, and I'm just wondering where that came from.
So it's actually half my mum's name and half my dad's name. So my mum's name is Willin and my dad's name is Georges. So my name's Jeslin. And it also works for my brother and sister as well, Jolene and Wilgis.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, to begin our chat, I want to share with our viewers and listeners where we actually met and how we know each other. A couple of weekends, we met at the Time to Shine weekend, which was a intuitive workshop with Sandy Bell and Sarah Louise. And like, I'm so blessed. I feel so blessed to have met you. You've just got this gorgeous energy. So how did you like the weekend?
Oh my God, it was absolutely magical. Like I went in not expecting, I had no expectations because I'm new to all this. I had no idea what I've signed up for, but it just blew my mind. It was really, truly a special weekend that, I hold really dear to my heart. And of course, it was so great to meet you and all the other ladies. It was just so special. I loved it.
How can I ask, how did it come to be for you? How did you end up being there?
Yes. So, two reasons. Do you want the long version or the short version?
Whichever one you want to share.
Whatever you want. I'll share both. So, firstly, my friend was going through a divorce and she got some energy healing. And, during our catch up, she just told me about this energy healer she saw, Sarah Louise, and how it was life changing for her. So I thought to myself, "Ooh, like I'll do some energy healing," like not even knowing really what that meant or what it involved. So I booked in for a session, and at the same time, this was during COVID. So I myself personally was at a point in my life where, so I own an event hire and styling business. So for the past 3 years, I've been working really, really hard, not spending much time with the children. Last year, we did 350 events. I do everything by myself. So it was really, I was never present. And during COVID, I took time to kind of reflect within. And I was really enjoying the time with my children and everything. So I was going through a bit of a transformational journey myself this year. So, with my friend's recommendation to see Sarah Louise, when I went in there, she asked me, what's stopping me from living my best life? And that question completely threw me off guard. I didn't have an answer that day, but I did go away and think about it. And I realized that it was the lifestyle I was living was a bit toxic, like just like high stress, like working all the time, having to unwind from that but not in the right sort of ways. So yeah, that's how I started this journey and ended up at the workshop.
Wow. And like I said to you, you've jumped into the deep end.
Yeah.
So, but because I am attracting a lot of people new on this journey as well into my
Yeah.
own healing room, and I feel like you have so much value to share because a lot of people are intrigued and curious about it, but also scared. So, did you have any nerves, or did you just jump right in and just go, I'm open and willing to just
um,
immerse myself?
I 100% jumped right in, with an open mind and open heart. And I've learned so much and I'm so thankful for this journey that I'm on. But there has been some, not drama, but some, oh, what's the word for it? Like tribulations that's come with it. Like, a couple of my friends I realized were very, very toxic. So yeah, a couple of friendships I've had to step away from, and just a complete life change.
And
But
how's that making you feel?
it's actually making me feel great. Like, I've probably never been happier, never been more at peace with myself, never been more clear. Even my relationship with my husband and children, like it's like honestly never been better. Yeah. So I guess there's no negative effects, but yeah, there was some kind of uncomfortable situations that I had to get through. But yeah, it's all a blessing. Even the coronavirus year, like for me, I know it's a horrible year, but it's been a blessing in disguise. Yeah.
So going through Corona for you related to work,
Yes.
are there any shifts or adjustments that you're choosing to make? I know you mentioned that you weren't present before Corona,
Yeah.
and you haven't stepped away from your work. You're still doing it.
I'm still doing it, but pretty much, like, I forgot the date, March 20 something, my business went from, booming to zero overnight. So all my events, because I do luxury weddings events, like corporate events, like big ones, like our weddings on average is 300 plus people, corporate events up to 1,000 people, like it all had to, it's overnight. So I found myself in a really strange place, and I chose to just, a lot of other businesses tried to kind of pivot or do other things. Like I could have offered, home delivery for flowers or balloons, which is things I do. But I decided to take the time to just kind of chill out because I had such a big year last year. And yeah, so when the restrictions started easing, so probably 3-4 months, I didn't do anything. And when the restrictions started easing, bookings started coming through. Now I'm still working at about like 30 to 40% of our capacity last year. But I'm much more mindful with my time now and also being present. Like I'll leave work at work. I'll be present with the kids at home. I'm prepping for 24 events I have next week for Melbourne Cup, which I only found out I have 2 days ago. But yeah, just not stressed out about it, just keeping my cool, even have time to talk to you.
I know, I feel
just
honored.
very different. Like this journey has taught me a lot. And yeah, moving forward, I don't think I could ever live my life how I was before.
Wow. I have a question for you.
Yes.
A real question in real time because we went through this as well with our family business with the income dropping. Where did you find the trust in yourself and in life with all the fear that was being perpetuated to just trust that this is a time for me to just rest right now and that it's temporary and that things will pick up again? Where did you find that inner knowing?
Honestly, like it just came to me. Like even though, it was devastating what happened to my business, not once did I don't know, I just knew it would be okay. Like I didn't freak out about it. So I guess it's my intuition. Yeah.
100%. And
Which also I learned through listening to your podcast because I've been listening to them every day, and honestly, it's taught me so much.
oh, that makes my heart just sing. Thank you so much. And how about your husband? How did he have that same viewpoint as you
So my
did?
husband has his own business. He owns a restaurant. They only opened in January. So it was just before the virus hit, but luckily people love takeaway, so they managed to survive. So yeah.
What's his restaurant called, Jeslin? And it's in Brisbane?
No, in Southport. Gnocchi Brothers in Southport. It's a franchise. So they have one in South Bank, one at Paddington, one opening in New Farm, and my husband's is in Southport.
Oh, my daughters would love that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Very cool. And so they had to think outside the box.
Yes. Yes. But yeah, my husband's been coming on this journey with me. So he's not fully immersing himself like I have, but yeah, he's been really, really supportive. We've been making, what is it called? Moonlight water with the whole family, with my children and my husband, getting water, writing, our wishes, our manifestations, and putting it out in the full moon with some crystals inside. Yeah, it's been really fun. So it's something new for the whole family.
Oh, that's so beautiful to hear. Like, I had goosebumps when you said to me that my husband's coming on this journey with me. I just
Yes.
think that's really gorgeous because he's got an open heart and an open mind. And a lot of ladies that are on this journey, sometimes feel like they're doing it on their own
Yeah.
and they don't have that support network. So it's really beautiful. And you're a generation younger than me. So I feel that the younger generations are a lot more open to new ways of learning and being, and wellness in all forms is a bit of a trend now, I'd call it. It's become
Yeah.
trendy, and which it does not bother me how people come across wellness, as long as it's adding value to your life. That's all that matters.
Definitely. Like, essentially, who doesn't want to feel good? And like, since I've started, I've just been feeling so good. Yeah.
That is so, so awesome. I wanted to share a story with you today because you're talking about how you're bringing your children on this journey as well. And manifesting is something that I talk about a lot and teach about.
Yes, I'm waiting for that episode because I'm watching one after another, and I know you have a very popular episode, so I can't wait to listen.
Yay, my 6 steps to manifesting. It's a really good start, and it breaks it down practically how you can do that for yourself, because manifesting can be very woo-woo word, and
Yes,
some people.
I've listened to that one, but I'm waiting for the one with the children.
Oh yes.
That's the one I'm waiting for. Your original one on manifesting has helped me so much because subconsciously I've been manifesting my whole life because, some people will call it delusional, but in my head I'm like, yep, that's what I'm going to do. And then I do it and it's done. But now I know it was just manifesting, and you've given me the steps I need to do it well.
Yeah, and you can replicate those steps with anything, and with manifesting, a lot of people talk about manifesting money, and my
Yeah.
experience is you can manifest in any area of your life that you're wanting to add value to, grow in, nurture. It's not just manifesting money. Money is part of the process. I think it's just that money just has this power. People think money is power, but at the end of the day, everything is power if you believe that you can have that or you can do that.
Yeah.
And you said it yourself. You just said it. I had the idea and I just went and did it. And that's the magic with manifesting, is just saying it's gonna get done.
Yeah,
Which
definitely.
is really cool. And this morning, so my daughter has ordered a new bed. She's at that age where she's outgrown her single bed, so it's kind of a rite of passage, going into teenage years. And so she's got the frame of the bed here, but the mattress, we've been told, wouldn't come through till November. And she's like, I'm just going to manifest it. I'm just going to manifest it for it to come early because I need it now. And I said to her, well, go for it. Go for it. Manifest it. See what happens. So I get a phone call this morning.
Wow.
She tells me this yesterday. I get a phone call saying, your mattress is ready. And I went, I know. My daughter manifested it. And the lady on the end of the phone went, oh, does your daughter do that? And I went, yeah, and explained what I do for a living. And she went, I'm really, really fascinated. So
Wow.
it's interesting just having these little conversations, how people are like, yeah, I'm opening up their minds and hearts. I feel like the energy is right for that at the moment.
Yes, I feel it's very ask and you will receive. Like, it's just, feel very blessed. Yeah.
Did you know you can manifest for your loved ones as well, right?
No, I didn't know that. Please teach me.
It's whatever you're doing for yourself. If you insert whoever you want to help.
Yes.
And I do that for my children. You know, as long as the intention is whole and pure and it's for the good, you know, you're not doing it for the good of yourself, like so that you get, you know, the outcome. You can assist. So have a play with that.
I love that. I mean, I always keep my husband, my children, and my parents in my, I don't even, are they prayers? I don't even know what they are, but in my well wishes. But yeah, I've never done anything specific for them. So I'm really keen to try that out.
Oh, you're going to take it to the next level, because prayers, thoughts, that is all the action of manifesting. So your prayers and your thoughts, that's why your thoughts are so powerful.
Yes.
And because we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, there's so many of those thoughts that are just on autopilot, because our subconscious is already pre-programmed from many years before. So we really need to take the time to kind of pause and go, where are my thoughts right now? And for me, it's about how I feel. And when I'm feeling flat, that's the sign for me. Okay, what are you thinking about? Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like since I've started this journey as well, I have control over my thoughts. So my mind no longer controls me. If I get, a bad thought, I'm just like, yep, see you later. Put it somewhere else, and that's it.
That is so exciting to hear. Honestly,
really
I'm so
is.
happy for you.
Thank you.
That's why you've transformed so much, because you're getting it straight away, and you're like, right, I can do that. I'm going to do that.
Yeah, it's been, I think only like three or 4 months, if that, but it's been definitely life-changing, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Really, really powerful. And so where do you stand on signs and symbols? Have you had experiences with signs and symbols yet? I know you probably have.
Every day I will see multiple number signs. So 1111, 111, 222, 444, 555, like just multiple signs. I actually have a story about signs that I'd love to share with you. So this was about 11 years ago now. So my older sister, she actually passed away 11 years ago, and I was at her funeral in Switzerland. So traveling back to Australia on the flight, everything was really fresh, really feeling it. I, just thought about her and asked, I wish you could give me a sign. And at that exact moment, my light above me came on, and I just felt, so full of peace. And when I came home, I've been away for 3 weeks. I came home, I opened up the cupboard to get a glass of water, and a dragonfly flew out. And I actually have a dragonfly tattoo on my back. Yeah. And so those were probably the two most powerful signs I've ever received. But on a daily basis, I see, since I've started this spiritual journey recently, the numbers are a big thing. But in the past, I also remember seeing rainbows a lot and heart shapes. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And you will see more and more.
Yeah. I think I've always been intuitive, but now I'm just realizing how powerful that actually is, and the steps I need to take, which a lot is coming from your podcast, actually, to listen to my intuition and, all the things I need to do to kind of harness like the power we have within, I feel.
There's so many things that we can do, and really it just all comes about like what your heart is guiding you to do. And so, because for everybody it's different, and for everyone we have different abilities and different ways that our messages are coming to us, and it's just about paying attention. And if you don't mind, can I share a story that's just happened this morning to me?
I love all your stories, so share everything.
So talking about signs and symbols, so I wake up this morning and I'm like, great, I've got to pick up my daughter Giselle at 12:30. She's doing work experience. So I'm very efficient. I'm like, oh, I've got all this time. I'm going to be doing this, this, this. So already I'm on autopilot, right? Which means I'm not conscious. And I did meditate, but I think I meditated right. I'm going to meditate, done. Next thing. And then reminding my youngest daughter to do her chores before we left. And I could see she wasn't responding favorably to me asking her to do those chores. And that's usually a sign for me what's going on. But I was like, right, we've got to get it done. So we hop in the car. And then what normally is a 15-minute trip to school, we just hit traffic. And it took me an hour. It took me 45 minutes to get her to school. And I'm like, okay, and dropped her off, and then traffic on the way back again. Then I hit the freeway part to come home, and there's this ute in front of me, and it's got a ladder on it.
Yeah.
The ladder comes, I'm driving at 100 kilometers. The ladder comes flying off the ute towards my car, and I hit the brakes, but I wasn't panicking. I was like, hit the brakes, slow down, and then I realised the universe is telling you just to slow down, Kate.
Slow down.
Like, stop trying to get everything done. Just be.
Yes.
The moment. And so I literally just stopped on the freeway. So,
well, you had a ladder flying at you. So great sign to stop.
Well, it was interesting. It was flying at me. Then it hit the ground, and it actually kept going forward and slowed down on its own.
Wow.
And then I got home and I was editing my latest podcast.
Yes.
And I hear myself saying, when you hear your own voice, you go, okay. I hear myself saying, we rush. And when we need to connect to our breath, we need to slow down. And I was like, okay, I get it. So
that's amazing.
Signs can come to you in forms of occurrences and circumstances.
Yes.
As well. So pay attention to that and see what happens.
Yeah, my mind's blown.
It's and so a lot of people, when they're new to this journey, they get really excited and they just want to. I know for myself, when I was like, I couldn't get enough of listening to this person and then listening to that person. And so is that something that has
let's just say my Instagram feed looks very different these days. My book shopping as well.
Ooh, so tell me, what books have you been buying?
So on our wellness, what was it? Time to Shine. I don't even know what it was called.
Yeah.
Our little workshop retreat. I, got a couple of recommendations from the teachers. One was The Afterlife of Billy Fingers. Another one was Ask and It Will Be Given by Esther Hicks.
Yes.
I got the Crystal Bible because I'm very interested in learning about that. But it's still on the way. I haven't received my order yet, but a good 6 books in there that would, really excited to get into them.
Wow. I feel like you're going to start incorporating it into your business.
Perhaps. We shall see.
Mm-hmm. And so with spiritual mentors, who are you following on Instagram? Because anyone that's watching or listening might resonate and want to go and check them out.
So yourself, I'm following you.
Oh,
Soul to Soul Wellness. I'm following Sarah Louise.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She's really amazing. Sandy Bell, of course.
Equally
not as active. She's not very active, but
no.
But she's amazing if anyone can see her.
Yes, you're probably better off Facebook friending her.
Yes, and a couple of just like mindset pages. Yeah, just like all the good. Yeah,
that's great. And you'll find whatever you need will come to you. Right. So just trust that whatever's meant to come your way will come your way, and it's just about being mindful and being in the moment.
Yes, definitely. I think that's the biggest thing I've learned this year, and definitely implementing it every day. And
that is so awesome. And so tell me, what is on the cards for your company now that you are starting to pick up with work? For anyone that's listening, it's Brisbane based, and you were saying to me you work up and down the coast as well?
Yeah, so we go kind of anywhere driving distance from Brisbane. So Sunshine Coast up to like Noosa, even Byron Bay, Gold Coast, just anywhere the job takes us. I've actually been kind of restructuring in my downtime. So I've started a sister business company called Balloon Society. So I'm teaching anyone who wants to learn, whether you're a stay-at-home mum or another event stylist that wants to pick up the skills, how to do my style of balloon garlands, which have been a very popular part of my business.
Yeah, that's
so
exciting.
yeah, moving into teaching a bit and kind of more mindful of the jobs I take on as well.
Do you teach that in person, Jeslin, or is that online?
In person, but I also, like, right at the start of COVID, so in April, I filmed a tutorial that people can purchase and learn all my skills start to finish. It's not live yet. I've had a bit of trouble getting the website on. Went through a few people, but yeah, I think it's just the time is not quite right now, but in the near future, it will be up and running.
You're just trusting the process.
I'm just trusting the process. I thought it would take, from filming maybe 6 weeks to get live. It's been, I don't know, more like 6 months. But yeah, I'm in no rush. It's going to happen. I know it.
And as a mum, and I talk a lot about how we can help nurture our children. That seems to be a big part of my business, even though I'm talking to women, is so this spiritual journey, how is that transforming your parenting and your wishes for your children?
It's been, so my wishes, I've always wanted the best for them, but now it's just completely different. My parenting has improved so much, and it's really reflected through my children's behavior as well. They're just happier. And like my son has taken a massive liking to meditation.
Wow.
He begs to meditate every night. And at first we were listening to like children's meditation on Spotify. But one day he heard me listening to Sarah Louise's live meditation. And he's like, no, I want to listen to hers. And I wasn't too sure, like, is that okay for children? I don't know. So I had to ask her, and she's like, absolutely. Like, of course it is. So he's been listening to her every single night.
Wow.
And I feel like he's so much more calm. He used to be very like high energy. He's still high energy, but now he's just more calm and, not like crazy tantrums like might happen before. Yeah, I've noticed a big shift in him.
That's beautiful. My youngest daughter, I started meditating with my youngest daughter when I was pregnant. And I did that because my first labor went for 32 hours. And on reflection, I didn't feel empowered through that laboring process. And so that's when my journey really kicked off. And I went looking for resources that could help me feel empowered through labor. And meditation was what I started to do when I was pregnant with my youngest daughter. Yeah. And so when she was born and when she was old enough, she would sit in my lap when I'd be meditating, and I'd have one earphone in her ear and the other earphone in my ear. And at the time I was doing the 21-day meditation with Deepak Chopra and Oprah.
Yeah.
And so she listened to a lot of those meditations. And then one day I must have been watching, I don't know, Super Soul Sunday or Oprah. And Deepak was on there, and she's sitting at the dining table, and he starts talking, and I just see her go. And she goes, Mum, that's the voice. That's the voice that we meditate to. Is that him? And I was like, yes, that's him. So I think it's beautiful when they make that connection. And I did the same when they were young. I think back then it was CDs, and I've since created my own, which is on my website. And for them to listen to, especially when they go to bed, it was a beautiful, because you can get like really dreamy children's meditations that are story based.
Yes. That
are really wonderful, and my girls particularly loved those. My oldest daughter, she's like, I ain't sitting down to meditate, like that's not happening. But my eldest daughter loves lying in bed at night and just dreaming.
Yes.
Same thing, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you do it, like as long as you just tune in and spend some time with yourself.
Oh, and another thing is my son always had trouble sleeping. He would have to lie there for sometimes 2-3 hours to fall asleep. So we're in bed at 7-8 o'clock, and he's only sleeping at midnight, and I'd have to lie there with him. But now with the meditation, he's falling asleep in 5-10 minutes.
Wow.
So it's like just had like an immediate effect on him, not just all the good stuff that comes with it, but just like it helps him sleep.
How old is he?
7.
Have you had the chance to talk to him about why he likes it? Have you had that chance?
Because it helps him sleep.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said.
That's so cool. And so it would be interesting to know why he needs help sleeping.
Yeah, I haven't looked deeper into it, but I think
you will. Children are very open when they're young, and there's so many things that can be happening for them.
Yeah. I know he thinks a lot. He thinks a lot.
Yeah. So learning to manifest for him will be really powerful, because it'll help him transform his own thoughts.
Yes.
And when you focus on what you want rather than what you don't want, I mean, it works in the same way. If you're putting the energy into what you want to grow and nurture, and then you're also worrying about what you don't want to grow and nurture, life just hears, let's do it. So if it's a worry, if it's a something that's positive for you, life's just going to give you both. So it's so important to just go, okay, I find myself worrying or thinking right now, is that what I really want to be creating?
Yeah.
And then you can shift from there.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very, very cool.
How can you not get into this stuff?
I just love that everyone's getting so excited about it now. Like my family probably thought I was nuts when I first got into this, because I started this journey and my husband wasn't on this path with me. And I remember having this conversation with him at some point and just going, dude, I'll be doing this for the rest of my life. And, and at the time he was like, well, it's not my thing, but I 100% support you.
Yeah.
And, that meant a lot to me at that point. And since then, he's come on the ride, and he's awoken, and he doesn't sit and meditate like I do, but everybody has their own journey in their own time, and meditation may not be for him. For him, it's more like fishing or going to the beach or whatever. So if I were to ask you what would be your meditation, you meditate, but what would help you to relax that you do on a regular basis?
We love to be in nature. So like forest walks, nature walks. And recently, I know this sounds crazy living in Australia for most of my life, but it's been, am I still here? Yeah. Yes. I, for the first time in my life, swam in the ocean.
What?
So, as in like put my head, I was never, this sounds crazy, but typical Asian upbringing. My mum thought it wasn't very safe. So as a child, we moved to Australia when I was 10. I never, we'd go to the beach, but just dip our feet in. Would never like go out into the waves. Mm-hmm. So about 6 weeks ago, very recent, we went to Noosa North Shore. So we were driving on the beach, drove to Rainbow Beach. First time ever, I was out there on a boogie board, going into the waves. And oh my God, I have to tell you, I felt so like it was such a cleansing thing for me. And it was really weird because that night at midnight, I woke up and I threw up like The Exorcist, like so much, like I just kept throwing up. And so it was really odd. Like, I'm not too sure if it was, being out in the surf and sun for the whole day, or it really was a cleansing thing.
Trust your feeling on that.
Yeah, 100% a cleansing
Well,
moment.
if you ever come back up to the Sunshine Coast, we can go boogie boarding together, because that's one of my favourite things to do in summer. So
I just can't believe I just found this out.
You know what? Going into the surf is the most cleansing thing you can do for yourself. So the more you can do that, it basically, it's like having a shower, but with all the beautiful healing elixir that the sun, that the sunshine, the water, like together. You can't explain it until you experience it.
Oh, absolutely. It was so powerful. Yeah. I've been meditating regularly, and my husband has been too. And the other night we meditated together and we held hands, but I didn't like it. I like to meditate alone.
I love your honesty. About 4 or 5 years ago, my husband got let go from his job, and that was the first time he started to meditate, because he was finding that his thoughts weren't being very helpful for him. And that was the first time we actually started meditating together. And he really liked it, and it helped him get through that time. And then when he started working again, I ditched it. Ditched it and moved on. But, you use it when you need to use it. For some of us, we realize the power of it, and we're like, we know that it adds value, so we're going to do it.
Yes.
And for me, it's something that I try to do every day. And I won't say that I do it every day, but most days.
Yeah. I've been doing it, I'd say like 3-4 times a week.
That's great.
Yeah. And I love it. I had my first out-of-body experience the other day where I was looking down at myself. And the first time I meditated, I had gold light shooting out of my head.
Wow.
Really powerful things I've been experiencing. But some days I don't experience anything. So it's really,
And can I ask, what are you seeing? Are you feeling? Because for some people listening to this, they'll be like, I don't see anything. How do you experience meditation?
So I've only been doing guided meditation. I need a guide. Haven't been able to take myself on the journey yet. But so the guide takes you to a certain point, and then I just go places. I can't even explain. Like, it feels like, I guess, outer space would be a word to describe it. And just my whole body fills with light and love. And I feel really like protected and strong. Yeah, it's just really amazing. But I actually visually see myself, whether it's in a forest or a crystal cave or wherever I've went. And then lots of light as well. And definitely like immense feelings of just good feelings, like safety, love. Yeah, that's how I experience meditation.
That's so
I loved it. I'm hooked.
That's really beautiful. And I think you're really going to help anyone that's new to this, that is exploring and wanting to dive into meditation and experience it for themselves.
You just have to trust the process and don't be afraid, because I think some things can feel a bit scary if you've never felt it before.
True.
Yeah, but you're safe. Like, it's beautiful.
And I think too, it's okay, just be open.
Yeah.
Have an open heart about it. And I mean, for me, I started with a watch and 2 minutes, and I just would make myself sit on the side of the bed for 2 minutes, and I would just breathe.
Yes, breathe.
And I would be anxious beforehand, and then afterwards I would feel that shift and that relaxation. And I think just feeling that little bit of relaxation is what made me come back and then try and do it for 5 minutes. And so So I think I probably had done it in yoga classes.
Yes.
Savasana at the end, and because Savasana is like my favorite part of a yoga class.
Yeah, we just lie there. So
And
good.
from there, that's when I stepped into trying it for myself.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so I want to wrap up by saying a big thank you. And for anyone that's interested in the Blossom Tree, I'm going to add all the links. Jeslin's going to share all them with me. You can go and check out what she does. Her Instagram page is phenomenal. Like, I wish I was that creative.
Thank you. And I don't even share like more than 10% of what we do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you need to.
No, it's for me. It's for me and my clients.
You also do small events as well. You were sharing that.
Yeah.
So what are
We
the
do.
smaller events that you can help people with?
First birthdays, milestone birthdays for children, any birthday really. Yeah, like little private dinners were really popular during COVID. So we'll come and set up, and then a private chef will come and cook for you and your loved ones. Yes, really anything. So our business, we just do what our client needs. So whatever that might be. But yeah, definitely smaller events.
That's
We do.
exciting because it gives you a lot of variety, doesn't it?
Oh, and it's actually like it is stressful because every event is so important to my clients. So it's so important to me. Like, it's their wedding, it's their big days. But it's so rewarding. So I've never ever thought of not doing this. But yeah, just a little bit more boundaries going forward.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And I guess you're figuring that out as you go along.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is really beautiful. You're open to it. You're exploring, you're experimenting, and then you reflect and you're like, okay, that worked well. Okay, maybe I'll just pull back there next time. And because the industry that you're in, it's about you giving.
Yes.
It's so important that you're finding a way of being able to give back to yourself.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. So previous to this year, like I didn't give back to myself. Yeah, I might like do my hair or, get your nails done, but it was nothing, that deeper self-care like within you. It was all external, and that wasn't good enough. So now I'm looking after myself internally as well, which I think that's the biggest gift I've got from this year.
Wow. On that note, I think that's a beautiful way to end a podcast interview.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much. It was really beautiful. It'll be lovely to hear the feedback. And as I said to you, go and listen to this when it comes out, and you can hear yourself, which will be so special. So thank you so much, Jeslin.
Thanks, Kaye. I hope you have a fabulous day.
You too.
Yes, thank you.